my shorts.
Now, here's another figure that's going to absolutely blow your mind. Amazon is currently working on a Lord of the Rings series. So apparently they're going to do at least 5 seasons of it.
Really?
Yeah, it's going to be enormous. They're doing it in New Zealand. It's being produced in New Zealand. There's a huge...
At Hobbiton? Or?
I don't know. They haven't really said. But there's like huge tax breaks with the New Zealand government and all this kind of shit.
Mm.
The Hollywood...
I'm glad they're making it there. It's beautiful.
Well, exactly right.
Beautiful country.
Well, you can't do it anywhere
Beautiful
else.
place.
You can't, especially after the movies.
No, exactly right.
It's... I don't believe Warner Brothers is part of it because they would have done it for HBO Max. I can't remember who's producing it, but they're going back to New Zealand. Obviously, they want it to be very similar to the movies and tie in with the films and all that kind of shit. Amazon's Lord of the Rings. Now, the Hollywood Reporter has come out this week and reported that the Lord of the Rings series will cost $465 million for one season.
Oh, Jesus.
This is 650 million New Zealand dollars, which is fairly equivalent to our dollar.
Yeah,
It's
probably about 620 Australian.
That's huge.
That is massive.
When you consider your standard blockbuster film is made on like a $250 million budget, you push it maybe $400 for something huge like an Avengers Endgame, $350 million.
Any idea on how many episodes a season? How long each episode
idea.
will
I
run?
imagine it's probably going to be like 8. I imagine it'll be like 8 to 10, maybe like 50 minutes an episode. You couldn't imagine it being done any other way.
No.
But they could be doing it like Disney with the Winter Soldier and all that shit in just 45-minute episodes. Who knows? But they're saying they have potential there for 5 seasons of this thing.
Wow.
And this is the budget for 1 season.
God.
Stuart Nash, who's the New Zealand Minister for Economic Development and Tourism, called it the largest television series ever made.
God, that cost.
Yeah. Well, I've broken it down. The Disney Plus series are currently produced on $200 million budgets for 8 episodes. WandaVision, Falcon and Winter Soldier, Mandalorian. They're all done on $200 million budgets, which is huge. To begin with, that's fucking huge for television.
Yeah, exactly right.
Because in comparison, your average network series like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. costs $120 million a season for 20 episodes. Game of Thrones, their final season only cost $90 million for 6 episodes. And earlier seasons cost close to $60 million.
God.
So this $465 million budget's just exorbitant. It is insanely
It's a
huge.
sick amount of money.
Yeah.
Be great for the Kiwi economy.
Uh-huh.
Be great.
Oh, for sure. There's apparently massive tax cuts and tax breaks, whatever you want to call them, huge. Hollywood Reporter also says, it's a little stipulation, is that this cost almost certainly doesn't reflect just Season 1's production cost alone. It probably also includes the rights to the Tolkien property, which costs an estimated $250 million to Amazon. And there's also considerable startup costs when bringing Middle-earth to life, such as the sets, the costumes and props, all of which can be reused throughout the rest of the series. So there's going to be quite a lot of kind of overhead costs and stuff involved in this. And then maybe the later seasons might be a little bit cheaper because, again, $250 million for them to acquire the rights to Lord of the Rings.
It's incredible.
But this series is...
Jackson have anything to do with it?
I don't believe so. I don't think so.
Yeah, I reckon his production company might.
I don't know.
Being down there.
No, because if Amazon has had to buy the rights, that means it's probably lapsed from New Line or whoever had it earlier. Who knows? I don't know. I don't really know that much about it. I don't think Peter Jackson's involved in it. I could be wrong. But anyway, the series will bring to screens for the very first time the heroic legends of the fabled Second Age of Middle-earth's history, which is set thousands of years before the events of The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings. Take viewers back to the era in which great powers were forged, kingdoms rose to glory and fell to ruin, unlikely heroes were tested, blah 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 blah. So it's essentially like everything you see in like the opening like moments of the Lord of the Rings films and shit. Probably with Sauron and I don't know. I'm not going to pretend I'm like a Lord of the Rings aficionado. I'm going to have people in the comments like, no, you're completely wrong. There'll be no Sauron in this. He wasn't even born yet. some shit. I don't know.
We'll see.
But anyway, so that's interesting. Hey everyone, if you haven't yet, smash that big old subscribe button up on your screen to keep up to date with all my content, and hit that like button down below. Also, don't forget to check me out on social media, and please consider supporting me over on Patreon for as little as $1 a month for exclusive videos, early access content, and to get your name up on the screen. Thanks again for watching.